Okay, first, let's just take a moment to appreciate how absolutely fire this outfit is. Oh. Okay. Done with that. On to the intro. So, here's the sitch. You see, I have been struggling for months. I'm telling you, months and months to overcome the medium we know as watercolors. I've had some victories, I've had some triumphs, I've had some failures, quite a few failures. It is an ongoing battle. And I would like to win the war today. Today is the day that I finally make a watercolor piece that I am proud of. And we will see how it goes, but I'm thinking good thoughts, send prayers, and you and me, we are going to struggle together. Alrighty, so when I start a watercolor painting, or at least for this one, I started by kind of brushing over the whole thing in a wash of just plain water. And what that does is it creates a base for you to do a technique called wet on wet, which is where you paint wet watercolors onto wet paper, and that helps you get a really nice smooth blend. So as you can see, like as I'm kind of going in, it really blends out nicely. The face was kind of dry by the time that I went in, but yeah, so I'm starting off with red because the technique that I like to do, I learned from this artist named Art is Blue on Instagram. She's an amazing artist. I highly recommend her Instagram. She makes beautiful art. But she does this technique where she goes in and does the undertones of the skin first. So like the blush tones, the shadow tones, and then goes over later with an orangey yellowish wash. So right here, as you can see, I'm kind of going in and doing all the blush tones first. And I'm trying to focus on places where you see blush, like your nose, your cheeks, kind of places where the sun would hit you the most, like your shoulders, and I'm going in and kind of laying down the first layer of those undertones. So now I mixed up a little like bluish purple color that I'm going to use for the shadows, and I'm kind of going through on the places of the face where my reference had shadow. So specifically in this reference, the light was coming from the mid right, and so most of the shadow is on the left side of the face. So I kind of focused on the left kind of bottom, and then as you can see, I'm going back in and adding more blush because I do enjoy it when my pieces have a lot of blush. I think it's really cute. Okay, so here I go back in and add another layer of shadow, but this time with a purple that's a little bit darker than the first one that I did, and I find that sometimes when your piece is looking a little bit flat, it's good to go in and just add another darker layer, like a third shade that's like a little bit darker, and I think that adds more depth to your piece. And then I'm going in again and adding more blush. Okay, and so finally I'm mixing up the orange and yellow wash to go on top of it all. And so I'm just going in and lightly spreading it all over and making sure to kind of blend it out so that it's a nice solid coverage over the whole thing and that there aren't spots that are necessarily darker than others. And as you can see, it kind of just brings all the colors together, like it makes it look more blended. I thank you Artist Blue for showing me this technique because it's amazing. And so I kind of wanted to accentuate the blush just a little bit more, so I went back in and added more around like the cheeks and the lips, and kind of just blended those out just to make it all look smooth and cohesive. So and now I'm starting the hair. Honestly, I don't have a lot to say about the hair. I have absolutely no idea how to watercolor hair, so I kind of just winged it here, I guess. So, yeah. Alright, we've made it to the last swing. We're on to details. So, as you can see, there's an outfit change. I had to get my pajamas. It was getting late. But in this section, I kind of just do little details and finish up things. If you can see down the middle, there's like a giant line. I dropped my brush on the paper. Yay me, but I thought it looked kind of cool, so I kind of just rolled with it. But yeah, here I'm kind of just darkening up spots where you would see like really dark shadows, like on the brows, in the eyelids, like under the lips, kind of like right under the chin with like a little detail brush. And I think it just makes the piece look a lot cleaner. It's always a good step to go in and do the finer details with a little brush. And yeah, enjoy. Alrighty, so now we are kind of wrapping up, putting on the final touches, like the lips, and in a second you'll see I go and do the pupil, yeah, and the iris. So yeah, that's the final piece. And I hope you guys enjoyed this process video. I really enjoyed making it, and I actually really like the way this piece came out. So see you next time, my broskies. Bye bye.